I'm Brooks Compton, Mayor of the City of Centerville. Welcome to Centerville Business Today. And I'm joined today at Irongate Realtors here at Centerville on North Main Street here in Centerville with Scot Sutherland, who is a broker realtor and broker manager here at Irongate Realtors, and Jennifer Durbin, who is one of the top sales representatives here at Irongate. So appreciate you both being here and joining us today on Centerville Business Today. And Scot, to kind of get us started, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and your involvement here at Irongate, I think the audience would appreciate knowing a little bit about that.
Well, I am the manager of this office, the Centerville office, and I'd like to give you a little background on Irongate. We started in 1975. Two brokers put their heads together and came up with the name Irongate, and the way they came up with Irongate is through the street sign outside Irongate Park.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that. And there were 17 agents at the time, and you're sitting in the main building that started it all. As of today, we've grown to 335 agents. We have two owners, Steve Brown and Greg Gillen, that are top shelf, and 6 offices that cover the Miami Valley. And we are the largest independent real estate company in the Valley.
And Scot, that got started in the city of Centerville, didn't it?
Yes, right here, right where we're sitting.
About 41 years ago,
41 years ago.
Well, that's great.
Correct.
And then Scot, your involvement, you are the broker manager of the Centerville office here.
Correct.
Can you tell us just a little bit about your experience and when you got started in the real estate business?
I've been in business, this January is 39 years. I've been a broker for 37 years, and I came to Irongate 25 years ago. Best thing I ever did. And took over as a manager here about a year and a half ago. Thoroughly enjoy what I do. One thing about real estate, we're all independent contractors. So I'm just here trying to steer a ship, and everybody is on their own. But they have a huge company that backs them up, and that's what Irongate's all about. Our mission is, it's service, and our big statement is we call it a signature service. And Steve and Greg have developed high-end programs to keep everybody educated. We have an actual campus down in our Springboro office for educational purposes, to train our agents, and we just want to put the best product we can out there.
I think that's pretty evident by the number of Irongate signs you see throughout the community.
Yes.
I think everyone in Centerville knows at least one or two that work here in your office here. So you have a great office, and really appreciate your having the large office here in Centerville. Now you're also with Jennifer today, Jennifer Durbin. Jennifer, you might tell us a little bit about your background and your experience in the real estate industry and how you came to be a member here at Irongate Realtors here in Centerville.
Well, I grew up in Centerville, and I am...
In fact, you grew up just a couple streets away from here.
I did, and everyone knows where Bill's is. So right behind Bill's Donut Shop, I grew up back in that neighborhood. And my grandfather and my father were both real estate agents. And so I'm a third generation. My daughter's also affiliated here at Irongate, and she's a fourth generation. I graduated from Centerville High School, and actually when I was a kid, I used to walk by this building all the time, but I love real estate. Seeing my grandfather and my father out there, I have a passion for finding people just the right home. I love the area I grew up in, and it's a big community with that small community feel, and it's never lost that. So I enjoy working in Centerville.
Well, we're glad you grew up in Centerville and glad you're working here in Centerville. I know you both have unique certifications. And Scot or Jennifer, if you could either one tell us, I know you both have a military certification and also a senior residential certification. And Jennifer, if you could tell us a little bit about the military, and Scot, maybe the senior residential certification.
With Wright-Patterson Air Force Base so close to us and our largest employer, and many of my family in the military, I think it's very important to have an agent that understands what they go through when they have their change of station and they have to constantly move. And so I wanted to get a designation to where I knew some of the abbreviation or military language and were able to communicate with them, and also to be able to help them find the right house that suits their needs. Because most of the time they're not going to be here for a real long time, but I want their experience in the Dayton area to be a good one. And so I wanted to get that.
We know Irongate does a great job because I know you represent a lot of military people that come in.
Yes, we do.
And Scott, we also have a big senior presence here in
Right,
our area
right.
here.
Well, there's the designation, the SRES, and we got certified a little over a year or two ago. There was a need for, help with the seniors, either shrinking down, moving up, and they need that little extra help. And it's been very beneficial, and we've helped them transition to whatever needs they need, may need.
Sure.
And we just take it that step further is what it takes.
Well, good. One thing that you're professionals, and you hear this, oftentimes you hear this, well, maybe I'd like to sell by myself, as opposed to, and I'm a firm believer that, I don't do dentistry, nobody would go to me to do dentistry. And when you need real estate, you go to a professional to do that. If you can, for our audience, kind of go through some of the things that a professional realtor brings to the table that somebody who tries to sell it by themselves, some of the problems they can encounter, but more so all the benefits that you bring as a professional to the table to help them assist in that process. And Scott or Jennifer, either one can take that because I know you both have strong opinions.
We don't have enough time to go through everything
Sure.
that we do.
Just some of the highlights.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a full-time real estate agent probably works between 50 to 70 hours a week, and we're kind of on call. Just let's just say we're the doctors of the home business. However,
Well, you don't have weekends off.
we don't have weekends off. So when people say, "Thank goodness it's Friday," it's oh yes, thank goodness.
You're getting ready for a busy weekend, showing homes and things
But
of that sort.
I think it's a passion for an agent to love this, or they wouldn't be doing it, or not as long as some of us have been. And when you hire a real estate agent, you hire a professional that knows the ins and outs of financing, very important, has contacts with many, many wonderful mortgage and banking institutions. And if you talk to us about your situation, life situation, we can direct you to someone that we feel like you would work very well with as far as with banking. But not only that, if you have your home for sale by owner, you don't have the benefit of asking people a lot about their financing, or it's not comfortable to work one-on-one. And a lot of them don't make it to the closing table because of character. Sometimes you get into, I'm not going to fix that.
Sure.
I want you to do that, and then you get kind of disappointed in each other, and you separate. Where when you have a real estate agent, you really don't know how, or you don't have any inclination that there's really been many issues, especially with personality, because you leave your personality out of it. You want your buyer and seller to both be winners and feel like they've won, they've sold their house, and the buyer's got the home that they love.
So you're basically working between, if another realtor is involved, the two of you are working out the details of inspections, the financing, repairs that made to be made, and some of those thorny issues that, talking directly to the buyer and the seller, they'd have a hard time working those things out themselves.
No, absolutely, and being able to come up with ideas on how to get your financing. I had someone that said, "Oh, I can't get a loan. I'd love to buy a house. I can't get a loan." But in speaking to someone, you can either direct them to get their credit score made higher so that they can get a loan, or direct them to someone that can maybe finance them. And so much more.
And you have the ability, you have a great wealth of experience here at the office to work with other people who might have encountered another issue, that you have those individuals that you can go back and talk to, I imagine. That. And Scott, is there anything else? Jennifer did a pretty good job of covering that, but anything you want to add in?
Well, to look at the Irongate side, the corporate side, we have a family of services. We have partnered with Right Pat Credit Union. They are our lender in office, So we have mortgage lenders, loan originators in every office. We have our own title, Southern Ohio Title, here in the office, plus title companies that do work, and we also have an insurance company right down the street. So with the one-stop shop situation, the nice thing is we can meet with these people face to face, get the job done, and instead of working, off the internet, whatever, the for sale by owners, they don't have all the tools that we have. Your magazine that you're holding in your lap, Brooks, we're one of the only people that put this out on a monthly basis. We now have YouTube videos on every single listing that Irongate has, and our inventory is low. We've had an excellent year, and we hope next year is going to be the same. With our new administration coming in, we're hoping for the best. We don't have a crystal ball, but all indicators point positive.
Well, Scott, you mentioned the magazine. I just want to show this. Jennifer and I were discussing this just before, and I know that we'll have an opportunity to, in the course of the show today, to show this up close. But you print this out, and it has all your listings in it. And it's been a very successful publication. It gives an opportunity for prospective buyers to see what might be on the market in all areas around here, the areas that you cover, which is very vast.
Yes.
One of the things about print media is it has a longer shelf life. People can get on the internet, which Scott touched on as far as what a realtor can do for you. The exposure that the real estate agents have is bar none as far as being able to get your home out there and all over the community and the world. But with our magazine and it having a longer shelf life, some of the larger companies may go, may kind of get away from the print media, but we know that it still works, and Irongate spends hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to make sure that we get our clients' homes out there and the highest exposure that they can get, as well as in the Dayton Daily News, we have the center section. Every week, Irongate's listings are in that center section. They do the newest listings because we couldn't obviously put all of our thousands of them, but.
Well, unfortunately, we're kind of getting to the end of the show today, but if you could just about 30 seconds, if you talk about the Centerville market and how you see things in the Centerville market, plus possibly give a couple tips to sellers and buyers that are looking in this area. Scott, why don't you start?
Well, I think the big thing about Centerville is, when they put in the bypass or 675 through, it just brought this area right on, this is a target point now. And Centerville has grown very nicely. Some of the notes back in 1980, the average sale price in Centerville was $40,000. And today, it's $185,000 average sale price. Of course, we've got lows and highs. We've got multi-million-dollar homes in Centerville, but it's a strong market, and we think we've hit the low end, and we're starting to go up, and we hope to continue that.
Well, that's great, and we're honored that you have located your business for many years here in Centerville, and that you still continue to locate here. And to wrap up, I want to thank you both, Jennifer Durbin, Scot Sutherland, for being on the program today. And if you have any questions, you'd like to contact Irongate Realtors, they're on the website, and you can see them, and they're right here in the center of town, right at the corner of Irongate Drive and North Main Street here in Centerville. So Jennifer, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Scott, thank you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you at our next Centerville Business Today, and thank Irongate Realtors for hosting us today. Thank you very much, everyone.